Hey, eCom Masters, welcome to the show. My name is Mike Weiss, Chief Community Officer at Dropified, and as a thank you for tuning in to the e-commerce mastery show, we've put together a special podcast-only e-commerce training just for you. Now, in it, you're going to learn the ins and outs of how to set up your own brand of products where you can literally put your own labels, brands, logos, and messaging over top of top-selling, in-demand, high-quality, high-profit products that are exclusive to supplements, CBD, skincare, and pet products. And here's the key: no minimum order quantities, no upfront inventory costs. And I'm going to show you how to do this in literally minutes. Now, guys, we refined these principles over the course of 5 years with working with over 100,000 of our own e-compreneur customers just like you. So to get immediate 100% free access, all you got to do is go to dropified.com/podcast-special, or you can just click the link below and you're going to learn exactly how we do this in just minutes. Thank you so much for being part of the Dropified family and enjoy the show. Welcome to e-commerce mastery, guys. Today I am just so freaking excited. I have been waiting for a guy like James to come into my life. And sorry, that's a little romantic, but the point is, I have been waiting for someone that is in the health practitioner world, right? Not just e-commerce, not Amazon, not a marketing agency guru, but someone that actually is a health practitioner that has done this. And seriously, if you have anything on right now, you need to turn it off. You need to get a pen and paper, got to get in front of you, because we are going to throw some gold at you today. Guys, I'm super excited to introduce you to James Neilson-Watt. James is a young chiropractor. Obviously, the guy looks amazing, no wrinkles, nothing, who early on has developed a roadmap to attracting and converting high quality new clients. And within 2 years of graduating, James owned 2 practices, hitting 7 figures in revenue, and went on to work from 60 hours down to only 20 hours. And now James has spent the last couple years teaching health professionals how to learn and master online marketing to actually grow their practices and leverage scalable ways that they can predictably generate new clients on autopilot and can focus on enjoying practice and living the lifestyle that they deserve. And James, I'm telling you what, when I read that, I was like, man, this is going to be awesome. James, thank you so much for coming on the show today. How you doing today, man?
Good, my friend, dude. Thank you so much. Love the intro. Love the energy. Yeah, look, I love doing this stuff, and I loved helping myself get there, and I love even more helping others get there. So I'm super excited to be on the show because there's some interesting stuff that I want to talk about. I think based on what we talked about in the pre-show, I think there's some really cool things that people can be doing with some of the stuff that we both do. So yeah, thanks, man.
No worries, man. And you know what? It's super exciting, guys. Unlike other shows, James and I, we actually came together and we put together something that's pretty sensational. And so please make sure you stay to the end of the episode. We are going to be giving you some amazing bonus gifts and value that you really haven't seen before, especially if you are a healthcare professional and you are looking for just some help on how can I actually take my business from where it is, which it could be struggling, it could be thriving, but how can I take it from where it is to just the whole nother level? And so we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to actually give James the floor here in a little bit, just to kind of explain how you're able to actually get that done. But first thing, let's actually do a quick breakdown on what we're going to cover today so that everyone knows exactly what's going to happen. So first thing, we're actually going to hear a little bit more of James's story. So why should you even listen to this kid? Look at him. How much life experience could he have? He doesn't have any wrinkles, right? And that's just not what you normally see. Well, guys, you need to listen to him because it wasn't all rainbows and roses. He had a super rocky start coming out of, chiropractic school. But he, has invested the years and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars into that school, just like a lot of other health practitioners. But he came out of that with amazing perseverance, and he is now hitting 7 figures annually, and he's able to reduce his hours from 60% down to, from 60 hours a week down to 20 hours per week so that he can do cool stuff like this. So we're going to hear more of that story. Next, James not only is going to share the roadmap that he uses to help health professionals scale their business using online marketing, he is also, for the first time ever, going to share the secret brand building technique that you can actually use to create additional up to 6-figure revenue streams per year outside of your practice. Guys, I'm just jazzed right now. Sorry. Finally, we're gonna actually give everyone who's listening the number one secret that both James and myself use to predictably generate new clients on autopilot, new business on autopilot, so that you can actually focus and enjoy your practice and live the lifestyle that you deserve. Then we're going to wrap it up. Does that sound all good, James?
Sounds awesome. Sounds awesome.
All right, dude, let's dive in.
So I'll kind of give you a bit of interest. Yeah, I'll give you a bit of a background. So for those of you who don't recognize my accent, I'm from New Zealand. I'm not from Australia. That's offensive. And so I apologize if you can't understand me, but let's just go with it. So I'm actually turning 30 in February. So I'm not that young. I just look 12, and I completely get that. I've got a baby boy. He's 18 months old.
Wow.
A wife, and another one on the way.
Another wife
so
on the way?
I'm a little bit more than the average. Another wife on the way? No. Don't tell her that. No. So I'm a little bit more than the average kind of kid in their mum's basement who knows some stuff about Facebook ads and tries to convince health professionals to sign up with them. The stuff that I've done and I do with my clients, and we've done it with clients in 25 industries at last count, more like 30 now, hundreds of different niches, hundreds of clients in 14 countries, I think it was at last count as well. The stuff that we do is everything that I have done in my own health business to get to where I am now, and then am still doing. So when I graduated chiropractic college, I'd been studying for 5 years. I went and worked for someone as an associate. Didn't work very well. Like I just wasn't particularly happy. We were not making any money, not helping anybody. It was my wife now, but girlfriend at the time. And we were just really struggling. It sucked. And so we decided to leave, chase these big jobs in Australia. We ended up getting offered these 6 and multi-6-figure jobs, but we decided to turn them down because we thought, well, if they can do it, why can't we do it? And we both hate having bosses. So we ended up picking up a small practice, borrowing money off my mother-in-law, and picking up a small clinic and just going all in. Like, dude, I was up until 1, 2 in the morning, just learning everything I could to try and figure this thing out because I'm like, I have to make this work. And through that process, I got, as you do on the internet, you get into internet marketing and you're watching YouTube videos and you're reading blogs and downloading 50 million different things, just absorbing it all. And my talent has always been just absorbing knowledge. You know what I mean? I like to listen to podcasts on 2 times speed. I watch videos on 2.5 times speed. If it lets me, like, I just love downloading knowledge. So I spent hours figuring this stuff out. And I started to see a trend with what coaches and course creators and consultants were doing in the online space to get clients. And I thought, man, I'm pretty sure I could apply this to healthcare. I'm pretty sure it's the same context, but just different because I'm in person. So I started taking some of that stuff, some Facebook ads and things like that, and using them. Started getting some insane results. We tripled the clinic in 3 months. 8 months later, we bought a second clinic. And then within 2 years, hit $1 million. And we did that using 3 simple principles, which was, how do we acquire more clients? How do we ascend more of those clients? So that basically what I mean by that is, how do we make sure that they are going from, I'm interested, right? Like I'm a lead, or I've had a new patient consult, to actually being a lifelong client with us, going through our programs and things like that. And then how do I make sure that each of those clients is actually paying a premium and being part of a premium program? Because most of us, we get stuck in clients paying per session. And the problem with pay per session is, when they feel good, the pain between my life sucks because I've got problems and I'm having to keep forking out money to pay you every time, starts to get out of whack. Like at the start, when someone's got chronic pain, in my case, or anxiety or stress or whatever, they immediately want to shift it. But the moment they start to feel good, they don't want to keep paying for it. But the problem with that, and for the health professionals listening, you'll know what I mean, is that just because a person's feeling better doesn't mean that they are better. Doesn't mean that the problem's gone. Doesn't mean that things are all, all roses, right? The problem's most likely going to come back, and they're going to keep repeating that cycle. And for me, I wasn't like, some people are okay with that, just manage the symptoms, and then when the person's got more problems, come back. But for me, I had a history of chronic pain. I had a history of depression, anxiety, like I'd been through some shit, so to speak. And so I knew what it was like to not be served properly. And it meant that it was perpetuating it, right? Like I didn't want to keep working with clients for 6 weeks, they felt better, and they came back again. So we started developing programs that meant that we could work with someone and actually resolve the issue, actually set things up for them and their lifestyle and in their bodies that meant that it didn't keep coming back. But through doing that, it meant that the lifetime value of our client went up. So every new client we had coming through was worth more to the practice, right? Because they were actually coming back. Because they had such an amazing experience, because they got such good results, because we were one of the first people to actually say to them, no, you need to work with us for, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, or whatever it was, but in a reasonable fashion. I'll get to that in a second, because a lot of people hear that and think, dude, that's too much. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't force people to do anything. We don't get them to sign up for stuff where they have to be part of the program. Our clients, most of them pay per session, but they understand the value of what we're doing. They know why they're doing it. Like, it's like if you went to a personal trainer and said, I want to lose weight and put on muscle mass. And the moment you got a little bit sweaty, lost a couple pounds, you were like, sweet, I'm good.
Right.
Like, that makes no sense. You're gonna stick it out. Like, your trainer's gonna go, you're an idiot. You need to keep coming to the gym. Like, you haven't lost it. And even once you have lost it, it's not like, cool, I've lost my weight, like I'm gonna go back and eat McDonald's now.
Right.
We just kind of inherently know that. But in healthcare, it's like, my back feels a bit better, so I'm gonna stop. So we got people to understand the value of what we're doing. It meant the lifetime value of them was higher. They I was going to say stuck around. I don't know if that's the right word.
Yeah,
Stuck around. Anyway, and then they would be lifetime clients, because they would be thinking to themselves, well, this is an amazing part of my lifestyle. I'm feeling really good. I want to keep it up. So we had more clients coming through the door because we're using things like Facebook ads and webinars and all kind of fun stuff. They were higher value clients because they were I can't even get the word right. They were sticking around longer, and they're also paying more because we were able to charge a premium because we were adding premium services, supplements, exercise programs, home care advice, nice branded PDFs, and adding value. Whereas most chiropractors you just go in there, they crack your back, and they'll say that's $50. I'll see you on Thursday. Whereas we had a program, which meant people had more value. So in doing that, like, we grew the practice very quickly, but I was overworked. Like, I was working till 9 p.m. at night. I was fully booked. Like, it was good problem to have, but I kind of wanted to live my life. And so the next problem I had was I wanted to go on holiday for a month to Italy. And I was stressing out. Like, I'm like, this trip's going to cost me like 10 grand, 5 to 10 grand. Not working is going to cost me like 40, 50 grand. Like, I'm freaking out. And so the whole time I couldn't really enjoy myself because we had someone there seeing our clients, but we had to pay them half of what we're making. And I had expenses, so it's going to make no money. And I'm like, man, if I was working right now, I'd be making money. And then half my brain was like, no, James, you need to live your life. The other half was like, yeah, but I'm going to lose this much money. Like, how much do I really need to live my life? Because I grew up quite poor. And so there was this mentality of like, I got to just get money. And so I realized that the business wasn't working. So I had to be able to transition myself. And so the big transition I went through was, how do I go from practitioner to being a business owner? How do I have a business that's dependent on me turning up and seeing clients? And really, it's just a job. Like, I'm in control because I get to choose what color the branding is. Right. But that's about it. Like, I still got admin work to do. I got marketing to do. Clients are accountable to me. Like, I can't go on holiday. So how do I step out? And so we really focused on systemizing what we were doing so that I could bring someone in, train them into my method so they could basically deliver the same level of care as me, fill them up with clients, and then rinse and repeat. Now we have 13 staff. We're hiring practitioners like hotcakes, and the business is growing, and I have 0 clinical hours. I'm not even there anymore. And it's great.
Wow.
And I get to work on the stuff that I'm passionate about, which is now just helping other health professionals, massage therapists, physical therapists, trainers, health coaches, functional medicine, chiros, like you name it. We've done the same thing with them. And it starts with, how do we acquire more clients? Because most of us are really good at what we do. We get good results for our clients, but we just suck at getting clients. And we're waiting on referrals and stuff like that. And that's not the game you want to play. So how do we acquire more clients? How do we ascend them and make sure that we're getting the most juice out of the client from a business perspective, but from a client management perspective? How do we retain this client, get compliance, and then get them results? Because the biggest thing that stops you getting results with a client is them not following through. So you have to have systems that allow you to retain them and get compliance. And then once you've automated that, now you can just slam people into it, fill them up, and go to the moon. Like, kind of jumping ahead here, but I had a massage, like a body worker massage therapist type client. He was doing 2,000 a month. Within 4 months, we got him to 8,000. He was fully booked. Then we've transitioned him, and now he's got his own associate. He's hiring a second one, and he's doing 15,000. He's soon going to be doing 20,000 a month. as a
Oh my
massage therapist, running his own business, not having to work if he doesn't want to, right? Like he's only been with me like a year and he's going to be taking it. It's going to be insane. 2021 is going to be huge because like my business went into lockdown
Yeah.
and we had zero clients, right? Because New Zealand completely, you might have heard about it, New Zealand completely locked down. Um, and then we opened back up again, had our biggest month ever
Yeah, of
straight away.
course. Oh my
A, our
goodness.
clients wanted to come and see us and they were begging us. B, we could just, I knew that we're going to come out of lockdown in like a week. So I just turned my ads on and then bam, had it fully booked already. And so we just went straight back up again, had a second lockdown, same thing happened, and then fully booked again.
Oh
Most
wow.
people, because they don't have that switch or that dial to turn, it's like I go into lockdown. It's like, holy crap, where are my clients? Oh my God, what am I going to do? Can't open back up again. No one wants to see you because you've been commoditized. Like they're not seeing you for you and the value. They're seeing you because you're just the service that's convenient or
Yes.
cheap, or, you do a bunch of fancy laser machines with them that no one else does. Like that's cool, but they need to come and see you because of your value, right? Then they really want to be there.
Mm.
And next, you got no way of actually getting the clients. So you just can't fill yourself back up again. I see it too
Oh my
often. We're talking
goodness.
to hundreds of people a week. It's the same thing.
That's
Anyway,
unbelievable.
we kind of went on there a bit, so
No, oh my gosh,
feel
man,
free to
that's the
interrupt me.
point. This is and again,
I get on a roll, man.
and it's
Yeah.
good. It's just incredible. Actually, it's funny. We've had a number of personal trainers and very, established public figures over here in America. And they, what's funny is they have literally said the thing that's differentiated them is the exact same thing. But the difference is that they don't have programs. They don't have, a roadmap. They have their story and they're trying their best to kind of do a little bit of what you already are doing so well, which is
Mm,
taking it to the next level and saying, great, I've done it for me and it's still working. I'm still making money with, my own businesses that I'm doing this with, but I want to transition to actually helping you. And before we jump into that, because I really want to hear about how it is that you help healthcare practitioners do this. Um, but what are some of the major struggles that you are seeing right now for health practitioners that they're facing today? And again, how is it that you're helping both our audience who is in that boat, but also your own customers that are looking for help to actually navigate through some of those major struggles?
mm. Like the biggest thing is most uh, most health professionals, we're not very good at really communicating the value that we have and hooking people into our business model. Like you got kind of two groups, right? You got people who are good at business and bordering on unethical in terms of healthcare and serving people.
Mm,
And then you got those who are amazingly ethical, support their clients amazingly well, but just don't push or pull enough to hook them in a business sense to generate revenue. So one of the things we focus on is how do we make sure that we are always top of mind with people, right? They always know we exist. They're always hearing from us. How do we make it so that our service is sticky? Like you might have heard that term before, generally in online marketing and e-commerce and stuff, right? How's your brand sticky so that people can't leave? Like if you want to leave Apple, it's a pain in the ass because everything is hooked into your MacBook and your iPhone.
mm-hmm.
You're like, do I want to get a Samsung phone? I don't really want to because everything kind of talks and it's just going to be too hard. So I'm just going to keep buying the next. If I get another laptop, I'm not going to get anything else. I'm going to get another Mac because I can just push a button and it's on there and it'd be too painful to leave. They've done that on purpose. They build an operating system so that you're hooked in and it's sticky. So it's like, how do you make your brand and your services sticky to the person's lifestyle? They need to associate you with how they feel on a daily basis, how well their life is going. So some of that is content and ads and things like that, but a lot of it is internal communication processes so that when you lock down, people are scratching at the door to try and get back in again. Clients are contacting us and they're like, can you just like come and see me? Like, I know that it's illegal, but I kind of really want to see you. And I'm like, we can't see you, dude. Like, I'm
Mm,
sorry. But they were like, how do I get in and see you? You know what I mean? And then the next thing is creating secondary revenue streams from your existing clientele, treating your business like a client business in terms of
mm,
now you've got eyeballs, now you've got credit cards or wallets because people have given you money, they trust you. How do I add value? Right now, the business mind looks at it and says, how do I add value and make more money from these clients? The practitioner mind says, how do I better serve these clients? But it's
mm,
the same thing. Now you can do this badly, right? And you can use this for evil, so to speak. But assuming you're not going to do that, what it looks like is thinking, where are the gaps that I can either make my client's life easier or add more value and get them better outcomes? So things like products and supplements, things like coaching programs, right? Things like additional services. So when we're looking at scaling a business, we're looking at scaling it vertically and horizontally. Vertically is, if I'm a chiropractor, how do I increase capacity? How do I see more clients in less time, charge more for it, and then add more practitioners? Because naturally, as a practitioner, there's a limit of how many people you can see, how much money you can make based on your time. And even if you're seeing a client every 30 seconds, like there is a limit, you know what I mean? Like there is always a maximum. And there's a maximum that's practical for you and then also practical for your services. So you want to hit that maximum. And most people are at like 50 to 75% of what their capacity could be if they were to just tweak some things. So, for example, with massage therapists or chiropractors or acupuncturists, actually, to be honest, any of them, you can look at your appointment length and think how much redundant time is in there. And what if I overlap that with another person and maybe used a machine with them, got someone else in to massage them during, before and after, etc. And so it can shorten the amount of touch time that you have with that client, allowing you to see more people and have a greater capacity, right? So the first thing we do is look at your capacity. The next is obviously looking at your fee structure. If you can get people to pay cash up front versus paying per session, you have more cash flow, you can invest more. But also, how do you add value to charge a premium? So one of the big things, especially with things like lockdowns and restrictions, and we can't see people and all this kind of thing, is how do we generate revenue from people without having to see them? So what we have in our practice is a whole lot of virtual practitioners. We scaled horizontally. New Zealand is small, and it's hard to find chiropractors and other practitioners, especially chiropractors. So we can't scale vertically very much. I can't add like 15 chiropractors and just go mental. I wish I could, but I can't. If I was in America, I'd be doing ridiculous revenue. But we had to go horizontal. So I said, let's hire naturopaths, nutritionists, acupuncturists, massage therapists. Let's make sure we're making the most revenue possible per hour, per square meter of our clinic. So do I have a naturopath sitting in an office who can only make XYZ dollars? Or do I have a massage therapist who can make more? I go, well, I'm going to put a massage therapist or an acupuncturist in, and I'm going to make my naturopath go virtual. So now we have systems in place where we have 3 naturopaths and we're hiring 2 more at the moment, and it is entirely virtual. So now one staff member can manage like 5 practitioners online and offline using Slack and some other stuff.
Yeah.
And we're making money, but it doesn't take up any square meters. We run the same marketing to fill them up. Now, guess what? We go into lockdown. It doesn't matter because all the clients are used to seeing them in a virtual sense and continue to see them. The next thing was programs. So we made an anxiety program. We've made exercise programs. You can add that on and add value to what you're doing. So instead of just going, oh, I'm going to go see a chiropractor, it's like, I'm going to see this guy who's a specialist in chronic pain, and he's got this anxiety program, and he's got this other thing, this mindset thing, and blah, blah, blah. And it's all in this premium program that he charges $3,000 for over whatever period of time. Like you're able to add value to better support your clients getting a result, but also there's more tangibility to it and they feel like they're getting more, right? Even if you just created a free membership site with some videos in there and said, as part of being a client here, you get access to our training vault with blah, blah, blah. People are going to love you. They're going to go, wow, no one's doing this. This is amazing, right? So there's that, but you can charge for that too. A lot of my clients, we get them to make small programs or big ones to coach them in the health sense or in a business sense or whatever else. Literally just like what I've done. I bolted on a program to my life, and it's changed my life because I've looked at what was I really good at, and let's use that to solve problems for people and get paid well for it, because there's an amazing value exchange. But the interesting thing, which is I'm diving into at the moment, is white labeling products and supplements. So instead of paying, like we have Metagenics is the one that we use in New Zealand. I don't know what you guys have in the States, but there's all kinds of different companies that you can buy products from at a wholesale price and then sell them, but you have to stock them, right? You have to get them in, and they're branded to whoever you're buying it from. So you're promoting them constantly. And in my early days of being in online marketing, I was looking at like things like drop shipping and things like, supplement brands. I got a few friends that do some big supplement brands, just standalone or through Amazon and stuff like that. And there's always this idea in my head. I was like, well, what if I just kind of bought some supplements in bottles that didn't have any labels on them and put labels on? And so then I found out that there was this concept of white labeling, but it was kind of a pain in the ass. So what we're looking at now is, and I found this before I came on the show, by the way, with what you do with Dropified, so plug for you, is white labeling, where we can pick a product, slam a label on there, sell it, and we don't have to stock anything. and it can get shipped to them, and it's got my label on there.
Mm.
So that's what we're doing at the moment, and it's working amazingly because you're able to say to a client, here's some magnesium. It's functional health brand magnesium. We started this product line. It's an amazing formula, blah, blah, blah. You get to give somebody something that you trust, you put your name behind, but you're building your authority because now you've got your own supplement line. And if you do it properly and you do the proper, like a proper pitch for it,
Mm-hmm.
it is your product. Because
Yeah.
here's the thing, and anyone listening to this thinking, oh yeah, but that's kind of bullshit because it's not really your product and you're kind of just slapping your label on it. Don't quote me on this because I could be wrong. I feel like I'm right though. Red Bull, right? Red Bull doesn't manufacture Red Bull, do they? They're a media
Mm.
company who happens to have an energy drink, right?
Wow.
The biggest brands in the world, Walmart, we have the warehouse in New Zealand. I don't know, you guys won't have that. Like Target,
Mm.
Walmart, all of that. What they're doing is they are buying stuff and then they're boxing it and they're labeling it and they're selling it. That's commerce, right? Especially e-commerce. You buy things from China and then you label them and you sell them. And it's exactly the same thing. So this ability to white label products is incredible because especially as health professionals, it's like your client would want to buy your supplement and your margins are going to be way better. And then you can charge whatever the hell you want because it's your product and there's no comparison. And you can sell it however you want because it's your product. And then you can get testimonials about it. And so it starts to grow. And now you've got your own product line. And so what starts as, okay, instead of buying this supplement, this magnesium for $30 and then selling it for 50 because that's the recommended retail price from this brand, I'm going to buy my own at $15. I'm going to white label it in my own brand. I'm going to sell it for 80,
Right.
and I'm going to then discount it down to 60 for new clients. So they feel like they're getting value. You don't have to do that, but that's an idea. They feel like they're getting value. You're jamming that in with all your other stuff. You're saying to them, look, when you join my program, you get all of these supplements valued at $400. You get my coaching program. You get my client group. You get my treatments. It's $3,000. You work with me for 6 months. Now you've just bought all these white labeled products, made some courses, recorded some videos, price them at, whatever you want to, and then give them to people for free. But you've stacked the value on the other side.
Hi there, eCom Masters. Mike Weiss here again with a friendly reminder that you've unlocked access to our exclusive podcast-only training on how to create your own supplement, CBD, pet, or skincare brand in just minutes, where we're going to break down from A to Z exactly how to put your own design on top-selling products and start selling in just minutes. It's incredible. Now, the principles that you're going to learn are exactly the same principles that we've used with our customers who did over $2 billion. That's right, with a B, $2 billion in sales last year alone. You cannot afford not to take me up on this free training. So to get immediate 100% complimentary access, all you got to do is go to dropified.com/podcast-special, or you can just click the link below in the show notes. I will see you soon.
Blowing my mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited for this.
Okay, so here's the thing. For all of you health practitioners, and again, we're going to jump into how you can actually start doing this in just a few minutes, but I really want to kind of round this out here for you guys. So what James is talking about, and I'm not, we'll talk about Dropified in a second, but when James is talking about his roadmap, his strategy, is brilliant, because what you're doing is you're maximizing the profit per square footage in your in your practice, and you're taking even outside of the square footage and pushing it to virtual, and you're adopting additional practitioner, different practitioners that are in different niches, that are in different areas, and he talked about anything from nutritional consultants to naturopaths to massage therapists to it's not just more chiropractors. There's an element to that, but there's layering on more value for relevant services. It's interesting because I'll just tell you, I am not a doctor right now, but my dad, he is a doctor of psychotherapy, and he is probably one of the smallest, sorry, I should say smallest, the rarest classifications that you can have as a psychotherapist in Canada. They don't actually even hand them out anymore. It's so rare, and so it gives him really full carte blanche to kind of operate wherever he wants and whenever he wants. And then he's actually been given the opportunity to actually train So Dad, if you're listening, plug in for you. But he's actually training, other folks that actually want to train up to be counselors and psychologists and psychotherapists as well underneath his tutelage, because he has his own program. And one of the things I've always frustrated me with Dad is the exact same things that you're talking about. Is that, Dad, you're not maximizing your potential here. Like, you're super set in your ways, and that's great if you want to do that, but it's not great if you want to actually maximize and actually create a bit of a legacy. Because what I've tried to do with Dad, and I know that I even work with a number of the health practitioners that are working with Dropified right now, is I'm saying, don't think of your practice as your own. Think of it as your legacy. Think of it as something that it's a message. It's your story. You're having relationships. You're doing journeys with people. They're not just customers. They're more than that. You should know who their kids are. You should know what their grandkids' names are. You should be getting gifts from them at Christmas time. You should be giving gifts at Christmas time. Like, you need to be creating value outside of the services that you bring. And that's just on, that's not even talking about maximizing square footage and the business side of it. That's just on the relational side of it. But if you pair what you're doing with the relationship and pair what you're doing on maximizing the business component to it, it's a double whammy. But then James just opened up a brand new category of revenue here that a lot of people haven't even thought about. Because again, it's too daunting for folks. And that's creating your own, for example, supplement brand. Creating programs that you can then tie in that supplement brand, and even using something like Dropified, where you can create literally an unlimited number of brands. You can create an unlimited number of custom label designs that you don't have to buy any of the upfront inventory. Imagine what you could do with the volume of programs. So I'm just going to kind of open up something here, and then James, I want to hand it off to you, and because people here are saying this is amazing, but I'm not going to do that. That's so much work. How can I even get started in this? And we're going to give you an opportunity today to actually get started. So hold on for a sec. So imagine this. So James is talking about these different programs. Now, if you have different practitioners that have different categories of services, so again, massage therapy, chiropractics, naturopathy, whatever, right? Now, not only are you talking about your program that could involve those other services, but if each one of those is going to have their own separate programs, which is going to, again, drive up value for the overall clinic. Well, imagine them being able to create their own supplement brands. Imagine them being able to create their own TBD, their own CBD, skincare or pet supplement brands. Depending on, maybe not pet so much unless you're getting the veterinary, but it's a real thing, right? What if they had the capability of creating their own brands? And then take it another step further. What if they were creating brands for people of certain demographics, people of certain ages, people that typically, if they're, in their seniors and they have more trouble with things like back problem, for athletes, for the stay-at-home mom, for kids, right? And you can start creating these different plans that are literally, capturing the different audiences, not only that you have, but audiences that you can get, because word of mouth is super powerful. And then you take that to e-commerce, then you take that to online, and your scale just rocks like through the roof. And you can look at your virtual programs. You can look at being able to sell supplements to someone that's never actually come into your store, but they found so much value in your virtual programs or in your members area, which again, you could charge a premium, a monthly subscription that includes a monthly subscription for supplements. Like, guys, literally, this is the next layer, the next level of what it means to be a health practitioner in this day and age. And if you're not thinking about this right now, I'm so thankful that you stayed with us up until now, because this isn't to overwhelm you. It's to say that this is possible for you and you can get this done, and you don't actually have to do it all to yourself. So James, if they don't have to spend years developing this, and again, at risk of maybe shutting down their practice because of the times, how can they get started now and revive maybe struggling practices with you and with Healthcare Business Secrets?
So the first thing is that to be successful, we have to realize that when we set goals, and I learned this from John Astruff that I had on my podcast recently, and he talked about goal setting, and most of us set goals on like, I want to achieve this thing, right? And the easy example is like, I want to make $1 million. Like, everyone likes the idea of having $1 million, but most people are just interested in having $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
They're not committed to having $1 million. And so what they do, and this is what John kind of taught me on the show, was that when you're interested, other stuff gets in the way. You're not committed, so you're not going to push through. You're not going to find a solution. You're not going to figure out no matter what. So the first thing is not to focus on strategy, but to understand that first it starts with knowing what you're wanting to achieve, visualizing that like every single day, constantly throughout the day until it's real. Because the greatest sports people have seen themselves win before they actually won. They're just going through the motions to win. It's like, I've already won the championship. I'm just playing the games
Mm.
during the season to get there. You know what I mean? And then to achieve it. So it's like, it sounds corny, but visualizing and really understanding and feeling what that's like to be there, and then committing to actually achieving it. Because then if you're committed to it and an obstacle comes up, you're not going to go, this is too hard, I'm just going to go watch Netflix. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You're going to go, no, I need to figure this out. I need to solve the problem. Like, I've got a little boy. If he was on the other side of glass and there were alligators and stuff in the way, I would kick that shit down and go and save him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to go, this is too hard. I was interested in saving
Yeah.
my boy. You know what I mean? I'm just going to go watch
Right.
Netflix. No, I'm committed to saving him. So I'm going to figure it out. And that's what most people don't do, is we don't actually commit to our goal.
Mm.
We dabble in it. So you have to look at things and go, things suck right now, if they do, right? Or I'm struggling, or I'm winning, but I just want to win big, right? Really start to stretch your vision of what's possible, because we don't. And here's another thing that he said, is that you don't, like, how often have you had a goal but never really went after it? And it's
Mm.
because internally what's going on is your view of who you are doesn't match what you're going after, right? Like, for example, you don't go and talk to that ridiculously attractive person at the bar. Why?
So you and
Because
me,
you're
right?
worried
Yeah.
about things and you experience fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So what, the reason that you don't is because your view of yourself doesn't match that person or that thing you're trying to achieve or do or whatever, right?
Mm.
Like, if you don't see yourself as the millionaire, you're not going to do the stuff that gets you to being there, because that they don't line up. Like, it's just too hard, right? If
Mm.
I'm lifting 500 kilograms and I can't see myself doing it, I don't think of myself as being strong, I'm not going to attempt it. I'm going to fail, even if I do, even if it is within my actual capacity, right? And you see this with sports and everything like that. People always amp themselves up. It's to lift their internal view so that this thing is easy,
Mhm.
right? So the first thing is, look at your goals, visualize and experience it, make it real, and realize that your internal state governs the action that you take. Commit to getting the outcome, and then strategy becomes easy after that. Strategy is the least important thing. Everybody thinks, I need to know the fancy strategy. How long should my Facebook ad videos be? What should my targeting be? How do I do this? How do I do that? It's like, it's not how it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You will nail the stuff. Like, I've been an overnight success, right? People look at me and they're like, dude, you just come out of nowhere. Now you got these fancy flex ClickFunnels award things and blah blah blah. It's like, no, I've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
It's just coalesced and happened because of everything else that I did. So
Mhm.
let's get out of the kind of the airy fairy, because I know people want tactical. So once you've done that, because you need to go and do that, like, go and do that, because otherwise everything else I'm going to say will not make sense. Then you want to look at, because I know where I want to go and I know where I am, you understand the gap that exists between the two places, right? I want to make $1 million and I have no money. Okay, so I'm $1 million away from my goal.
Mhm.
All right. And I have no way of making money. Okay. So now you're like, I need to figure out a way to generate revenue. And as I'm generating revenue, how do I then grow it? And as I'm growing it, how do I then scale that operation so I can make $1 million? But in doing so, you need to know your time frames too. Because if you're like, I want to make $1 million in 10 years, dude, that's only 100 grand a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And with the slightest return on, like, interest compounding, you'll get there super fast.
Mhm.
So it's like, what's your time frame in this as well? Because then you know what you need to be doing, and then you just need to get into it. So if you're thinking about the idea of, okay, I need to add some extra revenue because I'm a massage therapist and I can't serve clients right now, could you serve clients remotely?
Mhm.
Could you coach them? Could you consult with them on other things, right? Could you develop a program for them to do stuff from home? Trainers are an amazing example of this. Any
Mhm.
trainer, and I'm sorry if you're listening to this and this is you and you're a trainer, I'm not crapping on you, but I kind of am. Like, if you're a trainer and you're like, oh no, I'm on lockdown, I got no clients.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, just go online. Like, get everyone on Zoom and just train them in a group from your camera. You know what I mean? Record videos and send them to people. Like, these are the exercises you want to do. Hey, do you want to work with me in a 6-week online program? I'm going to teach you how to do blah, blah, blah. And
Yeah.
I'm going to have a daily accountability. We're going to have group calls. I'm going to send you nutritional advice. I'm going to like, it's the same thing,
Yeah.
because they don't need you to, like, I have a trainer. I go to him 4 times a week. I pay him because when he's there, I actually do
Yeah.
exercise. You know what I mean? Like, if we're running late and he's like, dude, I got to leave you. I'm going to my next client. I'm like, cool. Immediately my phone's out. I'm doing work. I'm like, shit, I haven't done my reps. And
Yeah.
it's horrible. And I mean, I'm there for an extra half an hour just to finish like 2 sets.
Yeah.
But when he's there, he's looking at me. I'm accountable. I'm doing it. Your clients still need you to keep them accountable to do their
Yes.
stuff, because otherwise they order Uber Eats and they watch Netflix. So
Yeah.
especially if you're a trainer, but even if you're a health professional, your value is in your accountability to your clients to get them to do stuff. So it doesn't matter if you're locked down. Look at how you can serve your clients and keep them accountable to the other things you've given them. And if
Mm.
you just don't, you haven't given them anything else, or you just don't have anything to give them, sit down and map out their gaps and go, where are they and where do they want to be and what's the gap and what can I give them
Mm.
and do with them to help them bridge that gap to get a result. And I promise you, coaching is a massive part of that. Creating programs with training videos in it is a massive part of that. Um, if you're looking at things and you're like, my practice is doing okay, I'm still open, but I like the idea of making a program, just record all the stuff that you're already doing every single day with your clients, so that you don't have to keep repeating yourself. I got sick of coaching people with anxiety. So I just recorded videos and said, watch this video.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sent it to them. And I was like, that worked out well. And so then I just recorded a bunch of videos every time I had questions, made some videos to fill in the gaps between the videos. And so it felt like it was sequential. And then gave them to them and went, here's a program.
Yeah.
And then I started saying, this is really good. Like, people are getting insane results. So I started charging $1,500 for it.
Right.
And it worked. And people's lives were changed. They're like, thank you so much. And this came from me just answering questions with clients, making some videos about it, and then packaging them all together and then giving them to people. Because you already have the authority with the client. They've already
Mm-hmm.
handed you their credit card. They already trust you. So they're going to buy your stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
look at it from that. How do I add more value? And to the supplement thing, which I'm really hyped on right now, just look at, like, if you're a health professional, you're probably already selling supplements. So look at them and think, man, can I find someone that I can just slap a logo on this brand, and now it's mine? And instead of selling that brand for $50 and making $10,
Yeah.
sell mine for $50 and make $30. Like, that immediately will increase your bottom line. And that's something you can do right now, because your clients still need supplements. If you release
Mm-hmm.
a supplement during lockdown and said, hey guys, I created a brand new supplement, magnesium, it's incredible, buy it, I'm doing
Yeah.
a discount, and you shave some of your in, you shave some of your margin off to get them hooked in, you can um, quite easily hook people into your brand instead, get them on a monthly recurring thing that stocks them up every month, a new bottle every month, and bam,
Yeah.
you got some extra money.
I love
So,
it.
um, like, that's what I'd be doing. That's what I'm
Cool.
telling my clients every single day to do
I
is
love
that
it.
stuff. And I'm conscious of time, so I'm trying to cram everything in. So I apologize. But if you're
It's
interested in
good.
this stuff, check out Healthcare Business Secrets. I got a free group.
Mm-hmm.
I got some resources you can check out, and we talk about this stuff every day.
Sure. That's amazing. Well, and you know what, guys? And again, because I know James's time is super, super precious. I just, there's kind of just one last thing here, James, and we did ask at the very beginning, can you give us just what the number one secret that you use to predictably generate new clients on autopilot, so you can focus on enjoying practice and focus on your practice and actually living the lifestyle that you deserve? But before we reveal this, guys, we've been talking a lot about these amazing strategies, and I just wanted to remind you about a couple super amazing special bonus offers and bonus gifts that we're going to be giving to you, so that you can actually pull the lever today. You can actually take steps today, because that's what it's all about, not just learning, but applying it. And guys, I mean, holy smokes, I know there's so many of even my friends that are going to pause this right now, go back, rewatch it, take notes, like I told you to at the beginning. But now is the time where we just want to let you know how you can actually get started. So first, with Dropified, if you are a health practitioner and you are looking to actually get into supplements and actually start putting your own brands on these supplements, you have the clients, but you want to be able to create not just another revenue stream, but more value to your clients, especially with great strategies like James has been sharing with programs, then we're going to actually make this the easiest for you today than anyone's actually ever been able to do it. So normally Dropified is about a $2,500 per year program just to get started, which I know that's not a lot of money, but we want to make it even easier for you to get started. So instead of 2,500 bucks, we're going to be providing Dropified private label on demand platform for only $197 per month. Per month. This is not some weird gimmick of on an annual basis. It's literally, there's no contracts. You literally month to month. And it's because we want to make sure that there's zero excuses for you to get started with your own private label supplement, CBD, skincare, and again, if you're in the pet space, then the pet supplements. Now, we're not going to stop there. That's not just for the platform. That's also going to be we're going to be throwing in an extra $2,500 of bonus gifts in for you just because you're listening to this amazing presentation today. And what those $2,500 bonus gifts are this: if you suck at design, right? If you even were freaked out a little bit about supplements because you had to design, we're going to be throwing in over 100 different label design templates from our in-house team that has done the research on what's working out there on these supplements. And you're going to get full access to these templates. What you can do is you can either just take the template yourself and throw your own business title, key benefits, business name and logo and all that stuff on there if you want. Or if you just want to be inspired by the great, designs that are out there, you can by all means either bring it to a designer or go online to Fiverr, Upwork, 99 Designs and just say, hey, here's the label template. This is what I want instead. They'll shoot you back a bunch of ideas and then boom, you're good to go. And that usually costs between $5 or $7 because we have done all the work for you. So that's normally $1,500 that we usually charge the public. I'm going to be throwing it into you 100% free with this $197 per month offer. The second thing is James has talked a lot about advertising and marketing. Now there is Facebook and Google and and influencers, which are fantastic strategies. But we're also going to be throwing in something called the supplements traffic secret. So the secret traffic mini course for supplements. Okay. And what it is, it's looking at native ad platforms that you can use in conjunction with Facebook, Google, or with influencers, meaning that there are a number of different native ad platforms out there that you can use. And we're going to go through the top performing native ad platforms. We're literally going to do a step-by-step on how you can get set up, how you, and again, these aren't like 5-minute videos. These are in-depth videos because we want to help you succeed with your supplement, CBD, skincare, or pet supplement brands. And so we're going to throw that in there. That's normally $1,000 that we charge to the public. We're going to throw that in there 100% for free. So for $197 a month, again, it's just month to month. If you don't like it, again, you can cancel the next month. There's no contracts. You are going to be getting the Dropified private label on demand platform, as well as the 100 plus label design templates and the supplement traffic secrets mini course. And again, just because we want to continue bringing you value. Now, if you are someone that is working with Dropified and you just want to start adopting these amazing strategies, but honestly, you're just like, holy, that is just next level stuff. And I wish someone taught me that 10 years ago. But I just honestly, I kind of don't want to maybe put in all the effort myself. What opportunities are there out there for someone to kind of help do this with me so that I can kind of get off the ground running? I am super excited to kind of give it over to James to let you know about some amazing opportunities that are available for you.
Yeah, look, if you're a health professional, if you're a coach, if you're a trainer, and you're working with people in the health space, whether you're literally hands-on with them, whether you're just consulting, whether you're coaching them, it doesn't really matter. I help health professionals, coaches, and trainers all over the world to acquire more clients, to learn how to ascend those clients effectively into premium programs, premium pricing, and where you're actually retaining them and not just kind of doing 2 sessions and then hoping they come back. And I teach you to automate that process. And we do that in our Health Business Accelerator program. And this is about accelerating your business to multi-6 figures to the point where it breaks. And I want to break your business because if you're in the uncomfortable place of like, dude, I got too many clients, like I'm stressing out, like that's a good problem to have. And we want to do that so that you can then take it to the next level. Because most of us play small because we just don't know how to get clients. And then once we can, it's like, well, now I don't know how to actually build a business. And so we have 2 programs that work back to back perfectly well just to do exactly that. Fill you up, break your business, and then help you fix it in a way that works for you. Because that's exactly what I did. I broke my business. I was working way too many hours, seeing way too many clients, making a whole lot of money, and it was good, but I was burning out. And I'm a young dude. I didn't want to burn out and then keep doing the same thing for the rest of my life. And so I had to transition. And we transitioned into having practitioners and coaching programs and supplement lines and things like that, where we're making revenue without having to manually be with clients all the time. And I can kind of sit there and manage the business instead. 13 practitioners, hundreds of clients a week. I spend maybe an hour a week managing this thing. And so if you're
Wow.
interested in growing your health business, whether, like I said, whether you're a health professional, coach, or trainer, check out healthcarebusinesssecrets.com. We've got a free group, we've got a book, we've got a podcast, we've got a whole lot of trainings there. They're all there to support you in growing. But in particular for this episode, I've gone and created a special link. It's healthcarebusinesssecrets.com/Dropified. So I'll say it again because my accent is strong. healthcarebusinesssecrets.com/Dropified.
We'll put it down below
And
too.
there's some specific resources and training. Yeah, there's some specific resources and training in there that I think that you guys will love. And all of this stuff, this is not a trap to get you into, sell you into some stuff. This is just genuinely because I want to help see you grow. And I know that when I can show you this stuff and you get value, you're going to want to ask the question, how can I work with you? And that's what we want. We want people who reach out to us and say, I'm ready to go to the next level. I'm ready to stop reinventing the wheel and trying to figure everything out on my own. And I'm sick of watching videos and I'm actually committed to getting a result, because then we can come along and just give you the stuff. Like my clients plug and play Facebook ads. They plug and play content strategies. They plug and play email marketing strategies, all of the things that they need to bring clients in. It's like, here is the stuff that works for me. It's working for my clients. My clients, I did some math on this recently, making $20 million extra a year collectively because of the stuff that we're teaching them. And you just get to plug it in, because there's no point in reinventing the wheel. There's no point in watching more stupid videos online trying to figure stuff out. And I'm kind of crapping on people here, but like it's the truth. Like, how long have you watched videos for and listened to podcasts and not actually done anything, or you've tried for 5 minutes and it didn't work and then you've given up? Like, that's half of my clients. And this is to make it easier for you, because you've all got more people that you can help. There's more impact that you can make. And the whole reason I do this is because I realized early on that even if I grow my business and I bring in practitioners and we help more people, we are still heavily limited in our ability to help people who need it. And I had severe depression, anxiety, chronic pain, like the whole shebang. And that's why I do what I do. And that's in my practice. And that's now what I do in this coaching, because I want people to be able to influence those people. So a caveat to this is you can get all the free stuff. That's fine. But to work with me, you have to be someone who actually gets people results in a meaningful way, and you're not tricking people or bullshitting them. So we screen you quite hard because we want to make sure that you're actually impacting people. But if you are, and you do want to work with us, there's ways you can do that. You can book calls with our team. But I just want you to check out the free resources, because times are tough at the moment for a lot of us. And I want you to learn the stuff that we're doing right now that's working, so you can go and get a result with it. All right.
That's awesome. Well, and James, you know what? I've been holding people for a long time for this. And so why don't we go ahead and tell them, what is the number one secret that you use to predictably generate new clients on autopilot so that you can focus on enjoying your practice and actually living the lifestyle that you deserve?
I'm going to give 2 tactical things that you can literally do right now to get more clients from your existing audience. So the first thing is, I learned it from my coach, Taki Moore, and another one, I think it was Dean Jackson who invented it. I'm not sure. But there's one concept is called the 9-word email. And if you haven't heard of this, it's absolute fire. Literally just go write an email to your list and say, hey, you still looking for help with back pain or whatever you do? ?
Wow.
And then, so it's like, are you still looking for help with A? And then just sign your name. And the subject line is just like, in most email providers, you can put in that little, I don't know what they call it, but like it populates the person's name.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, for me, it'd say James ? And then I'll receive an email that says, do you still want help with back pain? Dave. And so basically just go and shoot out an email right after listening to this to your list for the most common problem that you help with. If you're not sure, you could say, hey, you're still looking at seeing a chiropractor or an acupuncturist or whatever. Send that out. You'll get dozens of people replying. Then all you have to do is just ask them some questions, make sure they're a good fit, get on the phone with them, book them in. Boom. The next thing you want to do is you want to go and post on your social media. You can kind of post something similar, but what I find works better, and I learned this from Taki Moore, is you jump in and you say, hey guys, I'm starting a brand new program that's going to help people with chronic pain. I'm looking for 5 people who need some help. The first thing is you need to be, for example, have had chronic pain for 5 years. The second thing is you need to, sorry, I think you can hear my little boy screaming in the background. The first thing is you need help with chronic pain. The second thing is you're looking for long-term results, not just short-term. And the fourth thing is you can keep a secret. And so you literally just post that. Hey, I'm looking for 5 people who fit these criteria. Comment below if you're interested. Go and post that to your social media and you'll get a whole lot of people interested. You can email it to your list. You get a whole lot of people interested. Once you've got them in, put this on autopilot every 3 weeks with the exact same thing. And you'll be surprised by how many people that you can just pull out of the woodwork. Now, that's kind of like number one. Super conscious of time here, dude. I apologize. Number one, go and do that right now. Number two is you need to set up Facebook ads that run to get someone booked in for a consultation. So let's say your new put out an ad that says, hey, looking for 5 people who want to come in and see us for a consultation for help with X, Y, and Z. We're doing a special at the moment. It's only $50. Click the link to find out more, and then make a landing page. Or you could say, comment the word interested, and we'll reach out to you. Run that ad, $5-10 a day, and you'll get dozens of people wanting to sign up. And if you do it right and you hook it into things like your email marketing software, this can just run on autopilot. People will sign up. They'll be automatically receiving an email. You'll get automatically notified. You just ring those people and you book them in. And that's literally what we've done. Clients in my program get a more polished version they can plug in, but go and do that, and your ads will bring in an insane amount of people.
That's incredible, man. James, thank you so much for attending today. Guys, thank you for tuning in with us. This is crazy valuable. I cannot tell you how excited I am. You will see everything that we talked about below in the show notes. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in. James, thank you so much for being a guest on our show. And we will see you on the next episode. See you later, guys. Hello again, eCom Masters. Mike Weiss here again with a big thank you for sticking with us to the end of this episode. I know how valuable your time is, and I want to congratulate you for setting yourself apart from the pack by investing your attention into this podcast. Now, make sure to maximize this time by taking notes while it's still fresh, listening to the episode multiple times if you need to, and implementing what you have learned right away into your own business. Now, if you're looking for a little bit more training and want to learn the step-by-step methodology that you need to build the eCom business of your dreams, I want you to join me for an exclusive invite-only training that I'm only giving specifically for podcast listeners. Now, in it, we're going to share the secrets of what we've used to scale Dropified into the 2019 5,000 number 55 fastest growing company in America. You will not find this information anywhere else, guaranteed. To get immediate 100% free access, all you got to do is go to dropified.com/podcast-special, or just click the link below and in the show notes, and I will see you on the other side.